It's the Slam Dunk.
Now, Christopher Luxon started this year saying we need more events, more projects. We did say yes more often. We'd become a culture of saying no, you know. Too often, he said, we'd say no to things. No had become our default setting, and we needed to start saying yes. Otherwise, we'd miss out on events and concerts, and in turn, we'd miss out on the economic prize of foreign dollars, economic growth, you know, coming into the country. So what's happened since then? Well, we've had 3 big no's have happened. And his government is responsible for at least one of them, maybe 2. And it's looked like a sideline watcher rather than a hands-on government trying to make stuff happen. Firstly, the major wind farm was turned down. A major wind farm was turned down on the South Island. No, simply no. Can't do that, said the panel. Then Auckland Council said no way to the Waterfront Stadium and yes to Eden Park, to an upgrade of Eden Park. And the government sat idly by watching that debate. And as the one who's got the big balance sheet to make things happen, its silence was a tantamount to no to the waterfront, wasn't it? They weren't going to get in behind a waterfront stadium. Got no money. We can't do it. So they stay silent. It could have got involved if it wanted to, but no, too hard. So yes to do more things became no to that big project, which would have transformed the Auckland's waterfront, brought much needed focus for bars and restaurants, cafes. It would have said that we're investing here, so then you can too. If the public is investing in this as a government and as a council, then you can as a private sector as well, but no. Then it said no to hosting the America's Cup. And I get why Grant Dalton took the cup away to Spain. He never sought our views, the government's views, and we all felt shafted. I get that, and I was really strong about this. I don't have a huge amount of love for the guy because he took it away from us. So I can see why we said stick it to him, but should the government have been bigger than that? And should they have said, yes, actually, we do want the America's Cup here? They wanted $75 million, a cheque, basically, from the government. And considering that we've just posted today, this last quarter, $500 million lower than forecast spending, so we've saved $500 million somehow in government, and we've got $1 billion more in tax take, that's just been reported too this morning, then surely the government could easily have held its nose in the interest of economic growth, spent the money. They would have got it all back in GST anyway and increased economic activity around the Cup. But Luxon's cabinet said no. So no to the Waterfront Stadium, because with their silence. They haven't yet put their best foot forward for Eden Park upgrade, so they've said no effective to that, not our business. And then this one, no to the America's Cup being hosted here. They looked a gift horse in the mouth and said no. Remember, Luxon said let's say yes more often. Sorry, what about other international events that are coming here? So have we got some more coming here? I don't think so. This would have been a big one. And now I know Dalton shafted us. No one was more angry with him than me, and I still am, but I don't know, maybe we can use this as a way to get back inside the tent and have some control. Use this chance to control the future of this event. Make it obvious that we only give the money if we have a say. But Luxon and his cabinet said no. Now it will go somewhere else again, probably. I think it's an immature decision. Only we can say no to our own event, can't we? We are the best at this. We are the best at the America's Cup. We're the best sailors. So let's own it. For $75 million, we have let it slip. And will it ever be here again? Who really knows? But for all his talk of saying yes to events and action, when he was tested, Luxon and his cabinet said no. And I don't know, I think we may live to regret this. Businesses would have benefited. Are we better off with it or without it? Well, I'd say we'd be better off with it because we can control it and bring in the economic activity. You think about the people that would come here with their money and spend. Now, what's coming and who will spend? Luxon blinked when it should have been really obvious. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. Hospitals don't have to miss out because of this sort of decision. Hospitals have been indebted for 2 decades, and not because of the America's Cup.
Editor-in-Chief with Duncan Garner.